Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
Now, this here with the thumbnail, this is not, I mean, nobody had, I don't know if anybody actually has a picture of it, because this is not a picture of the fight, the actual fight. But there was a fight at the end of the OTAs. I guess it was on Thursday, I guess it was. Because, the Giants are, they've got pads on here and all that. There's no pads, at the OTA. So this is not a picture of the actual fight, but apparently that's some fisticuffs going on, which is pretty cool. It's a bonding kind of thing, right? Oh boy! All right, so fight ends the New York Giants practice. Burnsy, James Hudson, Kayvon Thibodeaux, and Jermaine Eluemunor are the main combatants. So we got 2 offensive linemen and 2 defensive linemen. With temperatures hovering around 90 degrees, that's one of the things, And you figure one thing too, right? Is that with this is like, there's no contact, really. Right? I mean, you start having contact, you can get fined and all kinds of things. So this is this is not training camp. This is not the pads ain't on. We're not popping. Right. So, I mean, have a fight where there's really no contact. It's kind of, all right, okay, all right. But once again, 90 degrees. It's hot. Tempers boiled over late in Thursday's no contact OTA, bringing an abrupt end to the practice. First, Brian Burns and left tackle James Hudson had to be separated, with staff escorting Hudson to the sideline. A play later, Kayvon took a swing at Jermaine Eluemunor. Damn! A full punch that Eluemunor ducked. A melee ensued, with Burns throwing Hudson to the ground and the two having to be separated. Once things were broken up, head coach Brian Daboll ended the workout a few minutes before its scheduled conclusion. This was an OTA held in shorts and T-shirts. I mean, right? Something that usually does not result in that kind of intensity. Quarterback Russell Wilson called it a competitive part of practice. When you have a long practice like we did and the way we were working, things happen, Wilson said. Every great team I've been on, there's always been a couple of those. Brian Burns on the fight that ended Giants practice today. He got to us. Guys trying to get better. Tensions raised high. Ain't that deep. We squashed it. Yeah. He says that type of fire is healthy at times for a team. Absolutely. 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 Burns, who was scheduled to speak to the media after practice, perhaps surprisingly, actually came to the podium. Burns appropriately showed up with a towel draped over his head like a boxer cooling down after a fight. He said the heat got to us, Burns said. It's a violent sport we play. Guys trying to get better. Tensions raised a little high. It got a little hotter. Guys getting a little more agitated. It ain't that deep. We squashed it. Burns said skirmishes like that can be healthy, but not when they end up causing reps to be missed. You still want to get your work done at the end of the day, but that competition, that edge, that dog that we need to have is needed, Burns said. So, in one way, it's not such a bad thing, right? All right, I got this one here. The Giants were ready to rumble. Thursday's OTA practice ended with a full-scale fight that included punches thrown, a rare sight of an NFL field at this time of year when pads and drills with live contact are prohibited. Obviously, Burns said the same thing. He got to us. Temperature, 90-degree temperature with 50% humidity. It's a violent sport we play. Guys are trying to get better. Tensions raised. We squashed it. But it isn't that deep, he said. We squashed it. Temper's first flare with Burns and left tackle James Hudson filling in as a starter, filling in. Hudson filled in as starter for Andrew Thomas, as Andrew Thomas was sidelined with his foot. They escalated from pushing and shoving to removing helmets and squaring up to fight before peacemaking teammates, rookie Abdul Carter in particular, separated them, and coaches sent the duo to the sideline. But one play later, just the next play, Kayvon and right tackle Jermaine Eluemunor were tangled up after Eluemunor came across the formation. Kayvon swung at Eluemunor and the sidelines emptied, with Hudson and Burns among the first to add to the skirmish and picked up where they left off. I love it. Body right up on the ground. Head coach Brian Daboll huddled the team to deliver a message and cut practice short. Man, I love it. That's freaking great. You definitely need that edge. You need that dog inside of you, Burns said. But you just can't let it get in the way of work. The only thing I'm mad about is that we had to go ahead and call it. We got most of our work done today, but I just want to stay away from that. Burns' accountability to speak to the media after a post-practice cooling down period was a step some NFL players and teams wouldn't have taken during a voluntary point of the calendar. You got to give Mr. Burns a lot of credit for that. But Burns, who played against Hudson in 2022 Panthers-Browns game, also planned to address the fight with teammates. I'm going to let it be known to the team that's not what we're doing here, Burns said. We have to keep our mind set on the main thing, which is football. All that horseplay is cool or whatever. Nice edge and everything like that. But we have to do to get to the details and get our work done. Thursday's OTA was the 6th, but only the 2nd attended by media. Of course, they did the brawl in front of the media. This happens all the time, Burns said. We fight over food, fight over ping pong, pool, whatever it is. Nothing but a little brotherhood. On-field fights usually are reserved for training camp with pads while you're out there. You know, it's freaking 90 degrees out. The sun's beating down on you. You're popping each other. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And the monotony of an everyday practice schedule when pads are banging in the trenches. I think it's a competitive part of practice. We're all trying to be the best version of us. Quarterback Russell Wilson said, a lot of times you have a long practice, the way we did and the way we were working, things happen. Every great team I've been on I've been a part of a couple of these, he said. Our guys are so connected that sometimes happens, or this thing kind of happens. Nothing to be worried about. So, actually, I think it's really pretty cool. You know, absolutely. I think it's great. But you get it. You know, it's like, and I understand it's hot out there. I get it. All this stuff and everything. But, you know, there's like no contact. How am I going to get pissed off at you if we're not even hitting each other? I don't know. It is what it is. But, you know, I like it. I like it a lot.